Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Simon from Constant Collectible, and today we find out that Z2 Comics and heavy metal icon Judas Priest announced the Screaming for Vengeance graphic novel. Let's go check it out. Alright, Judas Priest celebrates 40 years of Screaming for Vengeance, and inspired by the band's best-selling album of all time, an original science fiction epic will be released in time for the album's 40th anniversary. Let's have a look at that cover again. This is coming from Z2 Comics. Comics have proudly announced that one of the biggest acts in history of heavy metal music will return to the rapidly growing entertainment brand for an original graphic novel to be released in 2022, in the time for the anniversary of their highest selling album of all time, the indestructible classic Screaming for Vengeance. Teaming with writers Rance Hosley, Comic Book Tattoo and Heroin Diaries, and Neil Klein, Savior, and artist Christopher Minton, Hellboy, and the BPRD, the multi-platinum selling metal gods bestow upon the generations of fans in their first ever graphic novel. 500 years from now, a ring of cities orbit high above the surface of a dead world, controlled by the ruling elite and maintain power through manipulation and brutality. When the naive engineer inadvertently threatens the status quo of his vital scientific discovery, a bloodstone, he is betrayed by those he trusted and cast out in the broken planet below, in the wreckage of desolation of a broken world, where every day is a battle for survival. He must choose between accepting his new life in exile or screaming for vengeance. Hosley had this to say: "I cannot overstate what an importance Judas Priest has had on me personally. I was already a fan of the band when Screaming for Vengeance was released, but no one was ready for the impact it had. That incredible cover art, those songs, the album became my daily soundtrack and creative fuel to the point where I wore the cassette out in my car. To be able to contribute to the project inspired by these songs, that means so much to me. Well, that is an honor and responsibility I will take." To further celebrate the creative legacy of this monumental album and landmark anniversary, the graphic novel includes an extensive interview with original cover art by Doug Jones. There it is there. In which he discusses the process of creating an award-winning album cover design and the origin of the metallic bird of prey, now known as the Hellion. Additionally, as part of the expansive of Z2's product offerings, newly appointed Z2 president of Collectibles and founder Clint Wheeler has designed a detailed Hellion statue with working electronic eyes, in celebration of both the original album design and the dramatic conclusion of the story in the Screaming Vengeance graphic novel. To further celebrate the creative legacy of this monumental album and landmark anniversary, the graphic novel includes an extensive interview with original cover art by Doug Jones. There it is there. In which he discusses the process of creating an award-winning album cover design and the origin of the metallic bird of prey, now known as the Hellion. Additionally, as part of the expansive of Z2's product offerings, newly appointed Z2 president of Collectibles and founder Clint Wheeler has designed a detailed Hellion statue with working electronic eyes, in celebration of both the original album design and the dramatic conclusion of the story in the Screaming Vengeance graphic novel. Certified double platinum in the United States, Screaming for Vengeance was released in July of 1982 and marked the beginning of the band's success in North America, transcending the new wave of British heavy metal sound and had come to define and moving them into the mainstream despite a heavier than ever sound. The album's first single, "You've Got Another Thing Coming," would prove to be one of the biggest hard rock hits in history and continues to inspire fists in the air around the world to this day. The album was ranked number 3 on the Rolling Stones 2017 list of 100 greatest metal albums of all time and is celebrated throughout the world as one of the genre's most defining moments ushering in the success of heavy music in the 1980s up through today. Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance will be released in both softcover and hardcover formats in finer bookstores, comic shops, and record stores everywhere in July of 2022, with special limited edition deluxe and super deluxe versions featuring an exclusive anniversary vinyl LP, prints, and more available to pre-order now exclusively through Z2 Comics, which you can find the link below in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm Simon from Constant Collectible, and in the meantime, if you like what you heard and what you see, go ahead and click that like and share it with your friends and family. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time with What's on the Shelf.